Hello guys, welcome back to GRF with Pawan sir. This is another question of 2006 which says that if elasticity of a nonlinear demand curve remains constant throughout, the slope of the curve will be. Okay, so first of all, what are the degrees of elasticity of demand? Rather, I must say price elasticity of demand. See, we know there are basically 5 degrees. ED is equal to infinite. Number 2, ED is equal to 1. Number 3, ED is equal to 0. ED greater than 1. ED stands for elasticity of demand. I must write like PED, price elasticity of demand. Okay. And fifth degree is PED less than 1. I'm taking only magnitude. I'm not considering sign of elasticity. If I consider sign, then the elastic demand means when PED is less than -1. तो अभी उतना deep I'm not going to that much deeper. अभी basic simple कि 5 degrees are there, and you see these first 3 degrees, this and this. The shape of demand curve for these degrees, price here, quantity here, this is perfectly this is a horizontal line parallel to this x-axis. It is perfectly elastic for this demand curve. ED is equal to 1. This is a rectangular hyperbola. I'll explain you in my another video what's the meaning of rectangular hyperbola. ED is equal to 1, and the third one is this is a vertical line parallel to vertical axis, basically straight line parallel to vertical axis. This means ED is equal to 0. And last these two, they the relatively flatter demand curve, and the fifth one is relatively steeper demand curve. Okay, so there is an inverse relationship between slope and elasticity. Again, this is a different concept. I'll explain you this concept, that relationship between slope and elasticity in another video. But here we have to discuss when this elasticity is constant. See, so first these three curves, perfectly elastic, unitary elastic, and the third one is perfectly inelastic. So these three demand curves, they show constant elasticity. First, these 3 degrees of elasticity, they show constant elasticity throughout the demand curve. यानी कि डिमांड कर्व पे आप कहीं पे भी जाओगे, दिस विल रिमेन कांस्टेंट, है ना. तो सपोज इस पॉइंट पे हो, इस पॉइंट पे हो, इस पॉइंट पे हो, सेकंड डायग्राम के अंदर किसी भी पॉइंट पे आप जाएंगे तो इसमें ईडी की यानी कि जो इलास्टिसिटी की वैल्यू है, इट वॉन्ट चेंज, it will remain the same. So now the question is, they are asking if elasticity of a nonlinear demand curve. That means they are asking you about the second situation, this when elasticity is 1, unitary elastic demand curve. Yeah, unit elastic demand curve you can call it. So this is a nonlinear demand curve. So first of all, demand curve is downward sloping. That means its slope is never positive, it is always negative. Negatively sloped curve बोलते हैं इनको, है ना. डाउन स्लोपिंग कर्व्स आर नेगेटिवली स्लोप्ड कर्व्स. नेगेटिवली स्लोप्ड कर्व्स मैथमेटिक्स में उसको बोलते हैं कि द कर्व विच मेक्स एन ऑब्ट्यूस एंगल विद द एक्स एक्सिस. अगेन अभी फिर मैं उस मैथमेटिक्स में नहीं जा रहा. सो दिस इज नेगेटिवली स्लोप्ड कर्व. जो भी डाउन स्लोपिंग कर्व्स आपके पास है, दे आर नेगेटिवली स्लोप्ड कर्व्स बोलते हैं उनको हम. See, okay, now we have to see constant throughout है, तो इस पे elasticity is constant throughout, number one. नाउ स्लोप विल बी, देखो ए ऑप्शन तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं आएगा इसके अंदर, एंड स्लोप रिमेन अनचेंज्ड, ये भी नहीं होगा क्योंकि इट इज अ नॉन लीनियर डिमांड कर्व, है ना। स्लोप रिमेन्स अनचेंज्ड ऑन अ लीनियर डिमांड कर्व, नॉट अ नॉन लीनियर डिमांड कर्व। जो भी लीनियर डिमांड कर्व होगा उसके ऊपर स्लोप रिमेन्स अनचेंज्ड। और यहाँ पे सी पॉइंट जो है वेरीज फ्रॉम पॉइंट टू पॉइंट, यस डेफिनेटली जो स्लोप है वो इस डिमांड कर्व के ऊपर वेरी करता है। और वो कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा इस बात का आपको, स्लोप वेरी कैसे कर रहा है, उसके लिए यू ड्रॉ, वी ड्रॉ टेंजेंट्स, see this is the demand curve. I take different points on this demand curve, let's say this point, or this point. You draw tangent. Tangent is a line which touches the curve. You see this first tangent is steeper than the second one, and the second one is steeper than the third one. So the tangent is becoming flatter and flatter and flatter. That means slope is decreasing. So option C is the correct answer. So I hope this answer is clear to you, this explanation is clear to you. If you have any doubts, you can comment me in the comment section, or you can write me an email. Thank you for watching.